あのね。
おっってなんだよ。なんでそんなところに挟まってんだよ。
There's a wasp in my cup. Oh, no. Okay. I hear what you're saying. Call me crazy that Toradora is my favorite anime, but it is. It is my favorite anime. And yeah, it's not the best anime out there. There's for sure better ones like Samurai Champloo, Cowboy Bebop, even like One Punch Man, but it's very important to me personally. It had such an influence on me that even just playing Lost My Pieces will like irreparably damage me and force me into tears. In fact, it was one of the first pieces of media to ever make me cry, and one of the few that still has done so. Because of that, when I finally made it to Japan with my brother a year ago, it was on the top of my list to make it to places from Toradora. And yeah, I know Toradora just takes place in Japan, and specifically in Tokyo, but more like go to the actual locations. And at the top of my list was Johnny's, or in real life, known as Jonathan's. We began our journey in the heart of Tokyo at Team Lab's Planets. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically an interactive museum art exhibit. It's very cool. Definitely recommend it, but we wanted to be fully immersed, so we didn't bring in any cameras or anything. So no footage to show you, unfortunately. However, it was our plan to go straight from there to Johnny's, and that we did. Although, some misunderstandings with exactly how the Japanese rail system works would cause us some pretty big problems. But we didn't know that yet as we gleefully took our train west outside of the main city of Tokyo into Johnny's. Even just being on the train was invoking memories of Toradora for me. When we finally got off the train, there was going to be a 15-minute bus ride to where Johnny's was at. However, we decided just to walk. And that was a good choice because the walk ended up being much more surreal than I think either of us were expecting. The quiet suburbs were such a nice break from being in the largest city in the world. And just walking down the streets, looking at all the places that reminded us of different slice of life animes. It felt like being in a different world. There was such beauty in the stillness, and it was really just a nice experience to get to soak that in. But finally, after our dreamlike wander through the suburbs, we saw it. Just a glimmer of it, but it was Johnny's. We had made it.
What is you?
At one point, the restaurant was actually painted to look how it appears in the anime, but when we made it, it was this brilliant, vibrant blue. The comparison wasn't lost, however, as we knew instantly we were in the right place. We took a couple photos and videos, definitely looking like idiots because we were not in a touristy part of Japan. Still, it was important to us being at this iconic location. As we walked up the iconic steps of Johnny's and entered the restaurant, we ran into a little bit of a problem. The staff there didn't really speak any English. However, we were in luck, as both me and my brother had a pretty high streak in Duolingo. With our skills, we expertly negotiated a booth, just like from the anime.
けどパンならあったのに。
今のうちに吠えなさいだけ。
The restaurant itself was extremely cozy and nice, and although you don't really see much of it within the anime, it was such a cool experience just to explore this otherwise just nice restaurant separate from the anime. Believe it or not, sometimes it's nice just to go places for the sake of going places, not just because it appears in a piece of media, even though it's kind of my whole thing on this channel. I'm awfully regretful for not getting any videos of this, but eventually we had an actual robot come and bring us our food. And luckily Jonathan's is a chain, so we were able to get some videos from other places to show you here. But it was pretty weird having a robot come up to you and ask for your order. And we were in a pretty residential part of Tokyo, so we got quite a few, strange glances, but overall everyone was very kind. The food was actually pretty good, a strangely American break from the Japanese food we've been having since we arrived in Japan. We ordered from our friendly robot all sorts of foods to try. Fries, sausage, ice cream.
たらポテトフライにする
And even separate from the Toradora experience we were trying to have, it really was just a great experience being in this not so touristy place. As we finished our feast and headed back into Tokyo proper, we ran into a problem. We got off our train to transfer to another train, but when we went to the gate to leave the station, it didn't let us. And we stood there for a moment, kind of panicking, continually to tap our pass, and the gate just wouldn't open. So we quickly stepped out of the way to let the people who actually knew what was going on through the gate. Using our expert Duolingo Japanese skills, we begged for help for the man who was monitoring the gate. The man was very kind, but unfortunately, the ability to order an iced coffee wasn't going to help us a lot in this situation. We eventually learned we needed to buy a ticket in order to leave the station, as the station we were in wasn't actually part of the pass we had bought. You see, we had bought Tokyo Metro passes from the airport, and that is only one of 2 different trains that exist throughout Tokyo, the other being JR. This same problem had actually trapped us underground our very first day in Japan, but it seemed we hadn't learned our lesson, and we were in, once again, a similar situation. However, with that kind man's help, we were able to escape the station and once again walk out into the crisp night of the quieter parts of Tokyo. The relative peace and quiet of this area we were in was really a nice change of pace from the hustle and bustle of downtown Tokyo. But we needed to get back there. It took us a while, but we eventually found the station we were looking for inside of a very spooky dark alley and down some stairs. After a quick stop at a 7-Eleven for some drinks and some melon pan, we finally arrived back at our hotel. Our Odyssey was complete. What ultimately was just going to be a small trip to a restaurant from an anime turned into a several-hour odyssey. A journey through memories and vibes both known and unknown. Toradora ultimately is a pretty standard slice of life anime rom-com, but its influence on me in the specific time in my life I watched it is really what brought me to Japan. And to follow up that drive that inspired me to immerse myself in this culture just felt right. It's strange, but these days I really hardly ever watch anime. It's not a very large part of my life, but Toradora will always remain very special to me. It made me feel emotions I didn't know a show could make me feel. I even found a French recipe on how to make the pie that he makes in the second opening of the show, and now it's like my signature pie. It's pretty good. I recommend it. So now as I pursue this YouTube dream, making these video essays on going to places in real life that I've experienced in media that I enjoy, I'm able to look back and appreciate the little things. Just the shows and games I've played in my life that are now inspiring me to go out and travel and explore these places and share them with you. And thank you so much for liking and commenting and subscribing and even just watching. It really means the world to me that people seem to care a bit about these stories that I have. I'm still an incredibly small channel right now, but I'm really happy just to have a platform to be able to put these experiences on and share them with people. And if you feel like supporting, that would mean the world to me. Just a comment, a complaint, anything really. Happy to have you here. That's the end of this video. I really appreciate you for being here, and feel free to stick around, check out some other stuff I have. Some of my latest videos I've been really proud of, and luckily that's been reflecting in performance a little bit, which is cool to see. I really appreciate your support, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you. Look at this mic. This is so cool, isn't it? It's like a little clip thing. It's not even mine. I took this. I took this from a guy, but look at it.